What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or a loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, so this episode is going to be a little pep talk episode, another one of those reminders to help you as well as myself while we're on this journey. And I want to start out with a story, and it's a true story, so here we go. In 1973, there was a story featured in the magazine called Success Unlimited. And it was a true story about a man who was hired to fix a refrigerated boxcar at the end of a train. So he gets on the train to do his work, and he realizes, oh damn, something went wrong. Somehow he ended up locking himself inside of this refrigerated boxcar. And of course, because he was locked in, he started to panic, and he searched for an exit, searching for a door. He's calling for help, but nothing. And all he had was an ink pen. And what did he do? He started writing on the walls, and he started writing stuff like, I'm getting colder, and I don't know how much longer I can do this. And you can imagine how miserable he had to be, being stuck in that boxcar with no way out, no one to help, nothing to keep him warm, right? Sounds terrible. And all he could think to do was to write these statements on the wall. And the last thing he wrote on the wall was, this might be my last words. And a few hours later, people came to check on him. They found him dead. He died. He froze to death. What a terrible way to go. And how sad, right? But here's the crazy part about it. The freezing apparatus on the boxcar wasn't working. It wasn't broke. And the temperature was only 56 degrees. 56. And there was plenty of air in the boxcar, so he didn't die from lack of oxygen. That man should not have died. He should have walked away from that job alive and well. But the way he thought about his external circumstances ultimately killed him. Now, that's the craziest thing I heard today. But the reason I bring this up is for a reminder of two things. One, our minds are powerful, more powerful than we realize. So we absolutely must be deliberate with our thoughts, positively deliberate, because if this man could die from his thoughts, imagine what all the negative thoughts we have in our mind on a daily basis is doing to our lives. And 2, we let external circumstances affect us so much that they have really detrimental outcomes. And the thing is, it's really a choice. We choose to let these external circumstances affect our thoughts and cause unnecessary panic and frustration and stress, or just steal away our joy and fulfillment in life. And we are at a point in our lives where we have to call ourselves out. We have to call ourselves out on this BS. Because sometimes when we get stressed, and I know I do this, but what we do is we catastrophize it. We do. We catastrophize. We make these stories up in our head to make a bigger deal out of something and end up creating a really bad place mentally. And again, you know, this podcast is not a look at me, I got it all figured out, so do what I do type of podcast. No, I'm learning and going on this journey with you. So believe me when I say I've done this, I do this. And one of the more recent ways I catastrophized was for the Soul Food Project. I feel like I'm always using this example, but it was a big project and it took a lot out of me mentally, but I made big plans. What's up, what's up, what's up? I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for listening to this episode, and to also let you know that this podcast is 100% donation driven, which means it's completely funded by you, the listener. So if you like the content I have to offer, I would love it if you can make a donation and you get to pick the amount. I left links in the description of the video as well as my homepage. You can choose which way benefits you the best to donate. And if you need more options, please feel free to email me at dariusdotch@gmail.com. That's DARIUSDOTCH dariusdotch@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for being here, and let's get back to it. I started reaching out to people to help, and I'm planning this big music video shoot. And for my idea, I needed bodies, right? And I put together this email list of all the people I could think of to be in this music video. And the list came out to over 60 people. And I was kind of nervous because even though I know that not all 60 will show up or even be available or even want to be in it, I realized how big of an idea it was. Long story short, I sent out the email, and the first day, only about 6 people got back to me saying that they wanted to be in it. Then the next day, 6 more. And I catastrophized. In my head, I failed. I'm like, man, here I am. I'm planning this big thing. I'm going to have a DJ there. I wanted to have a DJ there. I already have somebody from the newspaper ready to write an article about it. And only 12 people responded to this email. And the thing is, okay, so I had those 12 plus another 8 people who I already knew were going to be in it because I told them via word of mouth. And I know how those mass emails can be because I've been one of those people who will read it and not respond to it. So, of course, 1, more people will say yes. And 2, I was already at 20 people. And I remembered that my goal was 30. I was already halfway there. And here I was thinking that it was going to be a dud and nobody was going to show up. And I was already at 20. I did all that negative thinking for nothing. And we do this for little things as well. How many times have you catastrophized your to-do list or things you have to get done at work? You over here thinking like, damn, I got so much to do today. I don't know how I'm going to get it done. I'm going to have time to eat, right? And you spend all that time thinking and dreading it. And you could just start and get that much closer to being done. And what happens? What always happens? You finish anyway. You didn't die. You look back and think, man, I was a lot, but you got it done. And look, I'm not saying that you don't have things to worry about or things to stress over because we are grown as adults. You can't be a functioning, responsible adult without stress. If you don't have any stress, then I feel sorry for you because that means you don't have anything to care about. But even though we get stressed, we can't live there. It's not healthy and it's counterproductive. We can't live there and let those external circumstances dictate the way we think about ourselves and the way we show up in the world. So again, this is a reminder for us. We are too smart and too far along in our self-development journey to create a boxcar scenario in our lives. Even under whatever stress you may be going through right now, I want you to really think about this. We can't let the things and the thoughts that aren't positively serving us circle around in our heads all day, because those are the exact same thoughts that will keep you stressed and rob you of your happiness and joy and cause anxiety. And a lot of times it causes so much anxiety that we don't even take action. The action we need to get ourselves out of it, we don't even take it. And those stories we tell ourselves, the stories that we make up that leads us to feel like we can't get out of this or we will never get through it, those stories are wrong because you have been through some shit in your life and you handled it. And even though you didn't think you can get through it, you did. You have had a lot on your plate before and you figured it out, right? You are the one who picked yourself up off the ground and did the things that you needed to get done. Every single time you did that. So you can choose to get unstuck. You can choose to remind yourself that you are way more capable than you give yourself credit for. You can choose to stop catastrophizing things that don't need to be catastrophized. The last thing you want to do is waste all your mental capacity and brain power over stress that's unnecessary. So, what do? We take ownership and remind ourselves, hey, I am more in control than I realize. There's a lot outside my control, but there's a lot that I can control. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who controls your thoughts. And your thoughts drive your perceptions of the world, the way you view yourself, the actions you take or don't take, the environment you allow yourself to be around. And all of these things determine who you become. And listen, we're in this together, right? Just like you're working on things, I'm working on things with you, and I want us to grow. And I know the stuff I talk about really helps me, and I want it to really help you. So let's get it. Remind yourself of how much control you actually have. Don't let the boxcar cause a slow and painful death in your life. So that's what I got for you today. If you like this episode, please share it with somebody that can benefit from this, somebody who is a friend or a family member, somebody who has goals and is trying to improve their lives. So thank you again, and let's get it in.